I usually like to start my videos with collecting the mailbox from the previous night and all that kind of stuff, but this is actually the same day after I uploaded my returning video, so we do have a couple of things in there, but I'll leave that for tomorrow morning. I did just finish up a sale. Uh, wow, this guy's actually deployed. I boosted him 4 levels, 30k level, easy 120k, did it in about 45 minutes. I can do it a lot faster, but I get in the group with the person, I meet them down there, make sure everything's set up, and then I pop my flask. And then the first run goes pretty slow, maybe takes about 8 minutes because I like to explain to them about the markers, where they should stand. Another thing I kind of want to talk about, I am considering, yeah, I'm here in Molten Core on my mage. I got a couple of new items, but nothing worthwhile mentioning. Since we're locking ourselves out to Mythic Mecca, there's a chance that we're gonna be locking our raid out till we get Cutting Edge. So there's not really any chances for me to upgrade my gear other than the end of week chest and heroic Titan forges. But what I can do is I can actually craft 415 gloves and 415 boots. So I'm considering crafting both of those because we actually have, how much do we have? We have like 2 or 400 Breath of Bonsandés. That's enough to make both 415 legs and 415 gloves. I need to go over the prices of how much it costs to like re-roll it, because you can re-roll it for stats and all that. But that's actually a really good option. But another thing is, I want to keep tailoring, because the only way, there are some appearances that are fresh unlocked to tailoring, so I'd have to get tailoring and basically keep it till I get all those. But the problem is I have engineering for stuff like the lootering. I guess I don't really need it, but it is really nice. And then I have alchemy for the trinket. Once I get a different trinket that I can replace the internal alchemist stone with, I can actually just drop alchemy and replace it with tailoring. So I might wait another week, see if we past Mecca and kind of what they decide, because they might decide to re-clear before we down Mythic Jaina, but I honestly don't know. Alright, I really should have just compacted all these different clips just into one clip, but I kept on getting distracted by people whispering me, and I don't want to seem rude and stuff, but I wanted to kind of give you a rundown of the changes I've made to my auction house stuff. So I went ahead and changed the way I'm running my groups. So I have 3 groups now: cheap items, expensive items, and the level 25 cheap pets. So for the pets, if they're level 25, that can make a 50 gold level 1 pet. So for example, this Blazehound, it's worth about 500 gold at level 1, but at level 25, you can sell it for way more than that. But then you get into something like, I don't know, let me just pull up here. So if we're saying that level 25 adds about 5k gold to a pet, you get something like Spineclaw Crab. Well, that one's one, but knockoff Blingtron, this pet's worth about 130k actually, but a level 25, adding 5,000 gold when you're already talking about the hundreds of thousands, or even like 20,000, usually selling a level 25 battle pet for just how much they cost, mainly because I buy them really cheap. Like I buy them probably like below 30%, so I'm not losing money as long as I don't sell it like below 50%. We're fine. And so that's why I kind of split it up into 2 groups. So all the low, very cheap level 25 battle pets go into here, and all the really expensive battle pets just go into expensive items, and the level 1 cheap battle pets, so battle pets that aren't level 25 and might have 3,000 gold value or less, go into cheap items. So that's how I'm kind of splitting up battle pets. Now, the only difference between cheap items and expensive items is I've actually changed the way that I am adding things to the group. So when you're adding items such as like these abjure bands and all this abjure's cloak, a lot of this gear that has of the fire lash, of the harmonious, of the feather flare, whatever, you want to ignore the item variations, because if you don't ignore the item variation, when you go to scan it on the auction house, it'll specifically check for of the whatever you have. So if you have of the fire lash bands and somebody has of the harmonious bands, then if they have theirs listed for 200 gold, your thing won't scan for it. So let me just pull up that one specifically. Um, so here's the gloves. You see of the quick blade of the Aurora. If I was scanning specifically for of the Aurora, I would undercut this item only and not both of them. Now, if I take out the item variation, it's going to check both of these and it'll scan everything. I actually wasn't doing that before, so I'm curious about how this is going to affect how many items we're selling, because this might have a huge deal. But yeah, so I do that both in expensive items and cheap items. It's important when you get the pets, you turn off the item variation. The ignore item variation only matters for when you're adding ungrouped items to grouped items. It has no effect on your group at all. It only has an effect on items that are ungrouped that you want to add to grouped. So for example, if I have ignore item variations and then I add the Alpster breastplate, it'll just have this. Now if I turn this off, the Alpster breastplate, even though I have it right here, will still show here, but with of the whatever. And then I could add that as well if I wanted to, but I don't. So when you're adding battle pets to these groups, make sure you turn it off. Unless you're dealing with very expensive battle pets. In that case, ignore item variations, doesn't matter. Because I don't care if it's a level 1 battle pet or a level 25 battle pet. I just want this battle pet to sell for that price, no matter which one it is. It can also get you confused with little things. But the reason I have these two different groups is because of our operations. So, killing a scare real quick. So for cheap items, I have the bid percentage and the undercut amount that pretty much the same. Bid percentage 90%. Some people like, if they can get it a little bit cheaper, they'll bid. It's kind of rare, but it happens, so it's worth doing. I mean, if I'm selling stuff for like 50%, what's another 50%? It's not 10% total, but 10% of whatever I'm selling it for. So it's maybe like 4 or 5% that it drops off. And my undercut amount for cheap items, I do 1% of the DB market. For expensive items, I do 0.5% of the DB market, because I don't want to undercut by a lot on very expensive items. I'm actually considering just doing 0.1%. I'll have to see. Let me actually see how much of an undercut that is. So let's go to something like... Oh, I got the chopper. That'll be a good one. We're already undercut on it. So if we sort by this. So it undercut by about 200 gold. It's pretty good. I think that's fine. For a 30k item to undercut by 200 gold, I think that's fine. That means if we're dealing with like 300k, it might undercut by 2,000. Maybe that's a little bit too much. Maybe I should do like 0.2 or 0.1%. We'll do 0.2. It's not a big deal, but you don't want to be undercutting by a lot. Because if you get in an undercut war with people and you're undercutting like 4 or 5 times a day, you can really drop the price of an item if you're undercutting by a lot. So let's change this one to 0.2%. And we'll actually change this one to 0.5%. I think that's fine. Okay. Now for cheap items, the lowest value I'll go is 10% DB region historical. These are items that maybe I got while running old dungeons that have maybe a 4 to 5k value. Maybe items that I bought off the auction house at like 0 to 5% DB region historical. If I set the minimum at 10%, it's not a big deal. If I sell it at 10%, no matter what, I'm profiting, I'm moving items. That's fine. Maximum price, normal price. I have my normal price about 70% again, because these items aren't really worth anything, you know, they're kind of mass items. That's why they're relatively cheap. And just moving it faster by having a lower normal price, I'm fine with. Now, if we move to expensive items, you can see my minimum price is 50%. I don't want it super low just because if some guy, you know, puts it really low, like it's too expensive for me to bother buying flipping, but at the same time, you know, it's not cheap enough for me to. I think I got that mixed up. It's not cheap enough for me to buy it and flip it, but at the same time, it's too expensive for me to. I don't know, whatever. 50%, that's kind of what I'm at. That way, if it is at that minimum price, I set it to post at normal. It shouldn't be don't post, but that's fine. If it posts at normal, not a big deal. And my normal price is 90%. A little bit of a discount off the region historical, whatever. So that's kind of how my groups are set up. I'll be interested to see if this helps me sell items or not. I honestly have no idea. But we did sell a couple of things already, but those sold pretty quickly. I'm going to do a couple scans, then maybe hop around, look for some battle pets, and then I need to head to bed because I have class tomorrow. So I'm surprised it took me this long to figure it out, but since I transferred all my gold over to all these alts, all of them are actually just sitting here by Northshire. I was thinking about getting the heirloom mount so I could ride these guys, and I was like, wait, I can just teleport them and then ride the mount out from over there. And then I realized I could just buy a 2-seater mount and fly them there myself. So if I do something like invite Shamonna on Whisperwind, something like that, copy that, enter. And now what I can do is buy the Vial of Sands. Oh crap, are there none up here? I guess I better get this guy walking. 52k, it's actually really cheap. Well, not really cheap, relatively cheap. I'm gonna run this guy over, and then I'll hop over and get some gold off my Demon Hunter. Because my Demon Hunter is actually on this account right here. Okay. I think I fixed my volume. I kind of didn't realize how loud the background noise actually was. When I watched the clip, it sounded fine, but I turned it down about halfway, so hopefully it should be better. Just finished up buying everything, battle pet wise, and I kind of sorted it into little groups just so you can kind of see it easier. So these are all the level 25 pets. I think there might be one level 1 pet, and I'll kind of just go over how much I bought it for. So we got an Ethereal Soul Trader. I think it's like one of the first servers I actually got on. Bought it for about 100k, level 25. That's just an amazing deal. Actually, maybe it was 150k. Actually, I think it was 150k, but even 150k, I could probably sell it for 200k relatively quickly. I'm not going to try and sell it quickly, but I could. That's the first one. Krogwa, Spawn of Krogwa. This is the pet that drops from Mythic BOD only. So there's a boss in Battle Dazaralar. So how you say it? Dazaralar? Allure? Dazaralar. And he drops pets, and he has a unique pet for, well, I guess it's not unique for Heroic, but so if we go to normal, he drops these 2 pets, Heroic, and then Mythic, he drops Front of Krogwa. This pet's worth about 100k. There's none currently on the auction house on my server, so that's pretty good. Got it for about 40k, level 25. Not a bad deal. Got this Accursed Hexer. I think I bought it for around 25k. They're really overpriced on my server, but I think it was less than 25k. But I mean, even at 25k for level 25, it's a pretty good deal. I mean, it's half the regional, so yeah, I could probably easily sell that at least for my buddy back, if not more. We got these 3 pets. 2 of these are crafted Jade Owl and Sapphire Cub, I believe, and Gucci Swarmling. I'm not really sure where that's from, but I got all these 3 at about 5k each. Just the level 25 kind of pays for itself, and then the fact that it's a higher value base pet, I'm kind of fine with just selling those for their base price. I mean, I make about 30k and then 10k off this one. These 3 I got for about 2 to 3k each, and all of these I got for under 1,000 gold, and they're all level 25. So altogether, we spent 210 to maybe 230k, 250k tops total. And I mean, just from the Ethereal Soul Trader kind of pays for it. But, 2, 350, 400, 450, like 480, almost 500k gold worth of pets for about 250k-ish investment. That's pretty good. And I think some of these pets will sell. It might take some time, but that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and mail these over to my Demon Hunter and get them listed up. Welcome back to the next day. I don't know what the deal is, what I'm going to do with yesterday's, because I made the returning video yesterday and I have all those clips from yesterday, but I'll probably play that before this. But today is the second day back, the 22nd Monday, one day before reset. We still need to do a Mythic Plus on our mage. I don't think I've done one this week, have I? No, I haven't done one this week. But I do have a 14 key, I believe. Where's my keystone? I can't even see it. Maybe I haven't looted my chest yet. Honestly, I don't know. I don't think I did a Mythic Plus last week. But we've done a plus 15 with Hall Desire. I would like to get a plus 15 achievement before this season is over, but I don't know if that's going to be possible or not. We need to get a Siege Key just to boost up our score, as well as a Temple and a King's Rest, but the rest of our score is pretty good. As for yesterday, we sold not a lot of stuff, a little bit of stuff. We sold the boots of the Dark Iron Raider. I think you saw that yesterday. We sold a lot of our Tide Spray linen, and some guy offered us to buy all our Tide Spray linen at like 500 gold a stack. Or maybe it was like a little bit over. I don't know. It wasn't a big deal. I just sold it to him. I also sold Dark Animator Pants. That's Island Expedition Pants, Fragment of Anger, Pet, Random Transmog, the Twilight Dragons, Pauldrons, and another Random Transmog. And the Chanlings of Fraying All, I believe that's the 350 BOE World Drop leather belt. So about 72k. Pretty good. I bought this Sears cape on my other character. I think it was like only a gold piece. I mean, it's free 300 gold basically. We got these 2 plundered weapons. The bow was only 1800 and it's worth about 25k. The scepter, got it for 1000 gold, worth about 7 to 6k. And we got this level 25 pet off of this server. So pretty good. It actually looks like a lot of our Island Expedition stuff I invested into is actually selling, so that's pretty good. Let me collect all this. I did buy a couple of 101 Twink items that came out pretty cheap. I got this 101 Trinket for 2k. I'm pretty sure 101 Twinking's dead, so it's like not really a big deal. I also got this 101 Leather Bracers for 2k. Again, I'm pretty sure 101 Twinking's dead, but it's still a unique appearance, I believe. I'm not completely sure. I got this kind of rare sword for 200 gold. So it's worth about 80k. I don't know. Maybe that's inflated. I don't really know. Don't really care. But the average sale rate's about 600 gold. So if anything, I can sell it for like 1,000 gold. But we'll just hang on to it in case it is rare. And we got some of these Silithid Carapace fragments. I don't know what these are. They were only like 40 silver each, so I just bought all this for 50 gold. I don't know what the deal is. I'll probably just hold on to this in my bank for whatever. I just like having these. I want to say it's discontinued, but I'm honestly not sure. But yeah, plans for today. Try and get a 15 done. And that's pretty much it. Just got out of a Mythic Plus. I actually completed a Cedar Borealis plus 10 in time. I believe it was in time. I don't think it would show like this if it wasn't. I'm not sure if we plus 2 to plus 1 did. I mean, I guess I could. I don't want to show that, but yeah, pretty good. We got these gloves. They're kind of worthless. I'm still.
Okay, just finishing up a sale here. We hit the instant lock, but we started at about he was a 112, I believe. About well, he was a fresh 112. He had a full level of rested, so I got him up to 118, and we're gonna finish off 120. In total, he's paying me about 215k, which I actually just collected. I really need to learn how to use this better because there's just too many servers and like not enough room for everything, so you have to like minimize it. But he did pay on the server Dolaron, so it puts us up to 330k on Dolaron. Our overall wealth kind of dropped a bit because we bought all those pets. So I think yesterday we were at like two, basically about 2 mil. I did a sale for about 150k or so, so that brought us up to about 2.2 mil. And then I bought about 200k or so worth of pets, brought us back down to two. Actually, brought us below 2 mil, didn't it? I don't remember. Like money's just flying all over the place. I did buy some pets today, but I'll kind of show you that later. I haven't bothered taking them out yet. Um, what I like to do now that I switch through all these servers and I have all this gold and I'm collecting level 25 battle pets that are cheap, I'll hop onto a server, post my selling spam. I put my B tag in it, so that way, if I'm only on a server for about a couple of minutes, then they will just they'll have my B tag. Because I hop on a server, I do a scan. Some servers a scan takes like literally 2 minutes, and then I just get off the server. So they have my B tag if they need it. But then you get on like Storm Rage where the scan takes like 10 minutes to search for battle pets. But we're almost about to hit 21 neck level. That's pretty cool. I've seen Twinks with like 37 neck level. I think that's insane, but back before Freehold was kind of a thing, I think Island Expedition boosting was a very big thing as well. So if you spam Island Expeditions, it's pretty fast to get your neck level up. I mean, if I've probably done as many Island Expeditions as I've done Freehold, my neck level will probably be like 28 or something. Um, but yeah, this is great because I need all this cloth. I'm going to pick up tailoring on my mage because I talked to my guild. We're probably not going to re-clear Mythic until we get Cutting Edge. So crafting the what is it, 415 gloves and pants is probably a good way for me to go. So I need to level up my tailoring. So that's what all the cloth is going to be good for. And then I need all these raw BOEs for actual scrapping. So getting these sales done, it's profitable in multiple ways. All right, just finished boosting. Gonna take some time, level up tailoring. I might get into leveling up the lower levels of tailoring and making some items to actually post on the auction house and potentially make money off of. Because I don't want to actually craft my gear tonight. Since tonight is Monday, tomorrow is reset. We have our plus our mythic cash, so there's a chance we get like a decent 410, 415 gloves or legs. After that, then I'll craft the items. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and level up my tailoring. I'm not going to hit both gloves and legs, so I might as well get it up there to the point I can actually craft that stuff. Maybe they do the new quest line. I'm not really too sure. I need to look into what it gives, but yeah, I'm probably going to drop engineering. I love my looterang, but whatever. All right, well, I think that's going to wrap it up for the episode 23. That was about a day and a half. I did continue, or I did go ahead and level up my tailoring, but I haven't crafted anything yet. It's going to be reset. It should be reset already, but the servers are currently down. They should be open in maybe like a couple of hours. But I want to go ahead and start editing this video and get it out. But I hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully, this video was kind of all over the place, but hopefully from here on out they should be pretty linear. We'll open up the day with what we sold, the previous night, kind of maybe stuff we bought, and then we'll go on with our day doing whatever we do, and then we'll end the video with stuff we bought throughout the day and stuff we sold throughout the day. So that's kind of the game plan now. Keep the videos pretty similar, and hopefully they can be short. Um, we'll just kind of see what happens. It depends on what I do during the day. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you tomorrow.